Pip the Puppet! SpongeBob SquarePants! Hey cartoon fans, I'm Pip the Puppet, and today's the big day, because we're back with the coolest facts about your favourite fry cook in all of Bikini Bottom. Are you ready, kids? Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants, absorbent and yellow and porous is he. SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Hold on a sec, isn't SpongeBob SquarePants going to be taken off air? Everyone's talking about it.
What? No way, that can't be right.
No, Chloe, you're back! It's great to see you again. But before anyone panics, I have my very first fact. SpongeBob SquarePants is not going to be cancelled. These rumours were a prank, and Nickelodeon have already confirmed that there'll be a Season 10 and a Season 11.
Oh, phew, okay. That's a relief because it's literally one of my favourite cartoons.
Woo! Long live SpongeBob SquarePants!
Yeah!
Yay! In fact, the brand new Season 10 started on October 15th with the episode Whirly Brains. In this episode, SpongeBob and Patrick get hooked on the latest thing, flying their own brain around like a tiny helicopter.
That sounds awesome!
Flying brains, that sounds amazing.
The people who make SpongeBob promised a different flavour in the animation for the new season, and it seems that they were right. Fans are very happy and we're all looking forward to the new episodes. But how did our favourite Sponge reach the Hall of Fame? Our eager yellow friend first showed up on TV in May 1999, almost 20 years ago. The first episode told 3 different stories: Help Wanted, Reef Blower, and Tea at the Tree Dome. In Help Wanted, we learn how SpongeBob got his job at the Krusty Krab, and we meet some of his best friends. The episode was seen by almost 7 million people. What? That's so many! But where did the idea of a talking sponge living in a pineapple under the sea come from? Well, SpongeBob SquarePants was invented by Stephen McDonnell Hillenburg, a very interesting animator who also has a degree in marine biology. Ta-da! I guess that explains a lot. When presenting his idea for the show to Nickelodeon, Hillenburg brought a fish tank into the room and talked about the life inside it. Then he dropped a cartoon drawing of SpongeBob into the tank and said, "This is SpongeBob, the star of your new show." Everyone in the room remembers that day as one of the funniest working days ever. And did you know that at first, SpongeBob SquarePants was actually going to be named Sponge Boy, and the show would have been called Sponge Boy Ahoy? But then another company said they'd already used the name Sponge Boy. Can you guess what they made? Not sponges, but mops. Hillenburg needed a new name, but wanted to keep the word sponge in case people thought he was made of cheese. And then Bob sounded like boy. Ta-da! SpongeBob! And the SquarePants is because, well, he has square pants. That one was quite easy, but do you know SpongeBob's birthday? Well, if you see his driver's license in the episode Sleepy Time, it shows that his birthday is the 14th of July, 1986. SpongeBob SquarePants is one of the strangest tunes ever. I mean, who has a pet snail that meows like a cat? I know I don't, but if SquarePants is one of a kind, then how about his town, Bikini Bottom? Well, Bikini Bottom is where all of our favourite undersea tunes live, and it can be quite a confusing place, so if you're planning a trip, you might want to hear some of these very useful tips. First of all, where can you stay? Well, if you like beaches, you'll love Goo Lagoon, and you should definitely visit the Goo Lagoon Pier Amusement Park. But if you like mountains, then Sand Mountain Ski Resort is the best that you can get. But how can you get there? Where even is Bikini Bottom? Bikini Bottom is in the Pacific Ocean at the bottom of the sea, just below Bikini Atoll Island. Yes, that's the island you see at the very beginning of SpongeBob SquarePants. Easy to find, right? As easy to find as SpongeBob himself. His pineapple house can be found at 124 Conch Street. Just don't be too noisy when you get there. Or you might annoy Squidward, who lives next door at number 122. Oh, and don't forget to say hello to Patrick under his rock house at number 120. Conch Street is like the main road that splits the city in two, running from downtown through to the Krusty Krab. Oh, yeah, the Krusty Krab. I have some helpful facts about that too. The Krusty Krab is where SpongeBob works, and his boss is Mr. Eugene Krabs, or just Mr. Krabs. It serves the famous Krabby Patty, a very tasty and special burger, but coral bits and kelp rings are also on the menu. SpongeBob's official job title at the Krusty Krab is Vice Assistant General Manager in charge of certain things. And his hard work earned him 374 consecutive Employee of the Month awards. Hold on, 374 consecutive months? That's like more than 30 years! Well, this might seem a lot for a human, but some sea sponge species can live for 200 years or more. So 30 years doesn't seem that long at all. The Krusty Krab can be a bit expensive sometimes, and Mr. Krab should definitely pay SpongeBob and Squidward more, but it's one of our favourite places on the show, so we have to stop by. There are so many more cool facts about SpongeBob SquarePants that I would like to draw, but even if I had 6 tentacles, just like Squidward, I wouldn't be able to draw everything at once. Okay, we all know SpongeBob SquarePants is a huge success. It's won loads of awards and is even the longest running show on Nickelodeon. But SpongeBob is even famous when he's not on TV. He's the first fictional character to be featured in Madame Tussauds, gaining his own waxwork in the New York Museum in 2009. 2 years later, a new species of mushroom discovered by scientists was named after our favourite character, and this is the result. Spongiforma SquarePantsy. What a funny name. SpongeBob SquarePants also became a fashion phenomenon, appearing in, well, too many things to count. There was even a car inspired by him, the Toyota Highlander, as launched at the SpongeBob Day at San Diego's Giants vs Padres game in 2013.
Okay, slow down, Pip. Just don't give everything away yet. No, I hope you know you're getting me SpongeBob stuff for Christmas this year.
Oops, sorry dude, I already got your Christmas present.
What? It's like October.
Oh, hey, Chloe. Don't be upset. I'm sure Nor got you something very nice for Christmas.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Alright, if you say so. Guess I'll have to wait. Ugh.
Well, in the meantime, you can watch the new episode of SpongeBob together. Next up is Mermaid Pants. And don't forget to let me know in the comments below which of these facts you didn't know about. Bye, everyone.
Bye guys!
Steven Universe! We are the Crystal Gems. We'll always save the day. Yay! I can't believe I get to do a video about my favourite show of all time. I know I say this a lot, but I'm so excited to talk to you about, you guessed it, Steven Universe. That's why the people love this world. Believe in Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl and Steven. The Awesome Foursome burst into our lives in November 2013 on Cartoon Network with the episode Gem Glow, all about Steven learning about his powers. But did you know there was an episode before that? Yep! A short episode simply called Steven Universe was uploaded to YouTube by the show's creator, Rebecca Sugar, as a way to show Cartoon Network what the show could be like. The episode quickly became very popular, and even though it was only 7 minutes long, it got loads of views and even hundreds of fans. So I think Cartoon Network knew they had to make a full series. Also, fun fact, in the pilot, we see Steven playing his ukulele for the first time ever when he sings a little song for the Crystal Gems. It might sound a bit familiar. That's because it's now the opening song for the whole show. Wow! So the song stayed the same, but what changed? Well, the Crystal Gems did. They looked so different at first, with different clothes and hair and everything. But then the animators thought it would be better to draw them differently, so it would be easier to animate them quickly, but keep the beautiful look of the show. And it worked, and now we have the gems we know and love. But what about the world they live in? Steven and the Crystal Gems live in a temple in Beach City. The temple used to be a sacred place where only the gems stayed and hid themselves from humans. But in the web short, We Are the Crystal Gems, we see that when Steven is older, they build a human-looking beach house onto the temple so Steven can live with the gems and learn how to be one of them. In Steven Universe, humans seem to have accepted the Crystal Gems, and even though sometimes the gems battles are a bit of a bother to the residents of Beach City, they're very open-minded and accepting of Steven, Garnet, Amethyst and Pearl. Gems use fusion to become new, bigger gems, which is very useful in battle. Or if you're Sugarlight, it's very useful if you want to break things really easily. Garnet, Pearl and Amethyst can even all fuse at the same time and form the enormous gem Alexandrite. All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman. I love that song. Stephen tries to practice fusing with the gems, but actually manages to fuse for the first time with his friend Connie, forming the half-gem, half-human Stevonnie. But did you know that not all gems are from Earth? Rose, Quartz, Garnet and Pearl are all from space and the gem's planet, Homeworld. But Amethyst was made on Earth in the kindergarten. Wow! So gems can grow other gems? That's amazing! The kindergarten was the Homeworld gems' way of growing new gems on Earth. Gems like Amethyst and even Jasper. The Homeworld gems and the crystal gems have been fighting for thousands of years, and every now and then the Homeworld gems come back to Earth to battle Stephen and his friends. But all gems, no matter where they come from, seem to have powers. Or do they? Stephen has powers of healing and levitation. Amethyst is a shapeshifter. Garnet can see into the future. Lapis can control water. But Peridot reveals that newly created gems don't have powers, as they were made so quickly. Oh, poor Peridot. It must be so sad to not have powers when your friends do. That is, until she finds out that she's actually ferrokinetic. Wow, that's a fancy word for metal powers. Ooh, she can control metal. That's awesome. I wonder what my superpower would be if I were a gem. And as amazing as Stephen's world is, there's some amazing facts about the real world too, and the people who bring Steven Universe to life. Like, did you know you can follow Peridot on Twitter? Yep, that's right. Everyone's favourite angry triangle has her own Twitter account run by the show's writers. She uses it to shout a lot and ask important questions about Earth, like, how do I order pizza? That's so funny. I love Peridot. I'm so glad she's a crystal gem now. And it's so cool that I can follow her on Twitter for real. And Peridot isn't the only character running wild on the internet. Ronaldo, Beach City's own conspiracy fanatic, really does have a Tumblr blog that you can follow in real life. It's full of strange ideas and sightings that Ronaldo has during his adventures in Beach City. And sometimes he even notices things before they happen in the show. So be warned, if you look too closely, you may spot a spoiler. But how did the show get so awesome? Well, part of it has to be because the creator, Rebecca Sugar, also worked on Adventure Time! Yay! She even wrote many of the songs. That's right, your favourite songs like Here Comes a Thought and Stronger Than You are from the same writer as Remember You and Fry Song, sung by the super cool Marceline the Vampire Queen. Speaking of singing, here's another interesting fact. The actress who voices Garnet is award-winning British singer Estelle. You can even see a copy of her album in the show. But what else do we know about the creator of Steven Universe? Well, she's the first woman to have her own show on Cartoon Network. Yay! Girl power! She also named Steven Universe after her own brother, Steven Sugar. Not only that, but Steven Sugar works on the show too with his sister, drawing the beautiful backgrounds. That's so cool! But what's next for our favourite gems? Well, sadly, we can't all have future vision like Sapphire or magic future kisses from Garnet, but there are some things we can guess and some interesting theories the fans have come up with for Steven and his 3 mums. The most exciting thing we do know is that there's lots more Steven Universe still to come. Yep, in March 2016, the creators confirmed that the show had been renewed for 2 more seasons, Season 4 and Season 5. Season 4 began airing in August 2016, but it isn't finished yet. We last saw the Gem Gang in November in the episode Gem Harvest, but they'll be back very soon in 3 Gems and a Baby, where we get to hear Greg tell the story of the Crystal Gems' first winter together. Aw, so cute! A little Christmassy story just in time for Christmas. Well, with so many episodes left of Season 4 and a whole Season 5 to look forward to, what are some of the questions the fans are asking? I think we're all wondering when we get to see White Diamond. The 4 diamonds were the powerful leaders of the Homeworld gems. Yellow Diamond and Blue Diamond have both made small appearances, and in Bubbled, we learn that Pink Diamond was shattered. But what about the mysterious ruler of the Homeworld Gems, White Diamond? And what plans does she have in store for planet Earth? We know the cluster is safe for now, but those Homeworld Gems will stop at nothing to wipe the Earth off their star charts. Their words, not mine. And will we get to see any more fusions? A fan favourite is to see a fusion between Lapis Lazuli and Peridot, since the two have been becoming closer and even the show's creators have hinted at it. You remember Camp Pining Hearts, the TV show that Steven loves? Well, look at the two main characters. The print on her scarf and the stone on his necklace look very familiar. In fact, they look an awful lot like Peri and Lapis's gems, don't they? Maybe this is the creators' way of showing us what's going to happen in the future. Oh, I do hope we get to see a new fusion soon. And more of Stivoni too. They're my favourite. Wow, I could talk for hours about Steven Universe and all my theories, but I don't think we have time for that here. But if you want to hear more from me about Steven Universe, tell me in the comments below and let me know what other shows you'd like me to talk about next. Until next time, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell button to see all my future videos. Bye! Adventure time! Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. Yay! It's time for some fun facts about another great show. With Jake the dog and Finn the human, the fun will never end. It's adventure time. Yay! Adventure Time came onto the small screen and into our hearts in spring 2010. What started as a 7-minute internet short quickly became a viral hit, and Cartoon Network decided they wanted a whole series. Finn and Jake are the heroes of the show and live in the magical land of Ooh, full of princesses and wizards and talking candy. Oh, and also the Ice King. They spend their time punching bad guys, saving princesses, and using their imagination. Oh, and of course, going on adventures. But let's start at the very beginning. And what comes at the very beginning? The theme song, of course. Did you know the awesome and catchy song we hear at the start of every episode is actually performed by the show's creator, Pendleton Ward? He recorded the song with his ukulele, and it was only supposed to be a temporary song until they recorded the proper one. But Pendleton Ward liked it so much that they decided to keep it. Wow! That means you can even hear background noises from the studio during the song. Even one of the crew members makes a noise. They tried to re-record the theme song later, but I guess they just really liked the first one better. Although the song has never really changed, there have been slightly different versions for special episodes. For example, when we see Fiona and Cake instead of Finn and Jake, the song is sung by Natasha Allegri, who works on the show and even designed Fiona and Cake themselves. Ooh! Oh, and speaking of Ooh, where can we find the land of Ooh and all its awesome creatures and adventurers? Well, Pendleton Ward, the creator of the show, has said that Ooh was simply meant to be a magical place. But did you know that after the episode Business Time, where Finn and Jake meet a group of businessmen who have been frozen, the show's animators and crew started leaving hints and clues that Ooh is actually the planet Earth, very, very far in the future. Wow! Even if it is the Earth from the future, the land of Ooh is very different from Earth as we know it, and our heroes Finn and Jake are very different too. Though Jake is a dog and Finn is a human, the two are actually brothers. Wow! Finn was found as a baby by Jake's parents Joshua and Margaret and raised as Jake's brother. But it's revealed in the episode Billy's Bucket List that Finn's human father is still alive. So Finn the human really is a human, and his dad is Dad the human. Jake, on the other hand, is definitely a dog, but with magical abilities. He has what's called stretchy powers, and it helps him to shapeshift and stretch and shrink and everything. He can even create whole new moving people, as long as they're still attached to him. Wow, freaky! The two live together in their tree fort with their robot friend Beemo, although we learn in the episode Evicted that actually the fort used to belong to Marceline, so I guess they didn't build it themselves. When the show begins, Finn is 12 years old, but this actually changes as the show goes on.
Unlike many other famous cartoon characters, Finn gets older with each season, and we even know that his birthday is March 14th. And spoiler alert, in the season 6 finale episode, we find out that Finn is now 16. Wow, they sure do grow up fast. Near the beginning of the show, Jake says he's 28 in magical dog years, but no one really knows how old he is in human years. But we can see from childhood photos of Finn and Jake that Jake is the older of the brothers. As the show's gone on and Finn gets older, Jake is now said by the crew to be around 34 years old in magical dog years. Jake and Finn spend a lot of their time together rescuing princesses around the land of Ooo, in particular Princess Bubblegum. Although she really seems to be very capable of rescuing herself. She's a scientist after all, and a warrior. But there are so many other princesses who sometimes need a little bit of help getting away from the Ice King. Let's see. There's Hot Dog Princess, Lumpy Space Princess, Muscle Princess, Ghost Princess, Raggedy Princess, Flame Princess, Toast Princess. The list goes on and on. And whilst there are a lot of princesses, there's only one queen, and that's Marceline the Vampire Queen. But I wonder where all the princes are. Well, there's a few around, like Prince Huge and Buck's Prince, but most of the princes seem to live in an alternate gender-swapped version of Adventure Time, where all the guys are girls and all the girls are guys. And then we get to meet Prince Bubblegum, with Cake the Cat and Fiona the Human. I love those episodes. So, now we know a bit more about the world of Ooo. How was it made? Who's behind it? Well, we already know that the show was created by Pendleton Ward, but did you know that he almost named Finn after himself? That's right, Finn the Human was almost Pen the Human. Ooh, it sounds so strange. Pendleton Ward says the series was inspired by the fantasy game Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, I loved that game! And I can see where Pendleton gets his ideas from. Both the game and the show have lots of dangerous quests and scary monsters, and of course, even wizards. The show is so much fun that lots of different guests, celebrities and animators have even asked to be a part of it. In fact, in the episode, James Baxter the Horse, the charming and hilarious horse named James Baxter is actually animated and voiced by, well, James Baxter. That's right, James Baxter is really the name of an animator who worked on famous Disney films like The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. That's why James Baxter the Horse moves so differently from the other characters. He was animated by a different person. James Baxter. And what about that weird episode where everything looks totally different? The episode, A Glitch is a Glitch, is entirely computer animated in a totally different style. And that's because one guest animator made the entire episode himself. David O'Reilly, an artist and filmmaker, wrote, directed, and animated the entire episode all by himself. And it is weird. But you know what's not weird? Lady Rainicorn. Whilst it might be difficult for some of us to understand her, Lady Rainicorn is actually always making perfect sense. In Korean. And did you know that everything Lady Rainicorn says is written in English but is then translated into Korean by the actress who voices her? That's amazing! I wish I could speak 2 languages. There are lots of talented people who voice all the different characters in the land of Ooo. Finn's voice is performed by 19-year-old Jeremy Sharder. But did you know that Finn's voice used to be different? But not too different, because in the very first episode of Adventure Time, Finn's voice was performed by Zach Sharder, Jeremy's brother. That's so cool! They both played the same character. Jeremy was just 13 when he started voicing Finn, but because Zach was 3 years older when they made the rest of the episodes, his voice had changed too much. Oh, that's a shame, but the creators have hinted that they'd like to bring Zach back to the show in the future. Ooh, let's talk about the future. Well, we already know that the land of Ooo is from the future, but what about the future of the show? Well, in September earlier this year, oh no, it was officially announced that Adventure Time will be ending in 2018. No, not Adventure Time. First Gravity Falls and now this. Oh, what are we gonna do? The series will end after its 9th season, which has at least been confirmed. Phew, so we do still have 2 whole seasons to enjoy first. And let's not forget, of course, Adventure Time Islands. That's right, from January 2017, we get to see a whole new mini-series with Jake and Finn, and also Susan Strong, as they travel the ocean. Not much is known about this new upcoming mini-series, but Cartoon Network have released a preview of the unique theme song, and have hinted that Finn and Jake are likely to find more humans, and maybe even family. Wowee! I'm so excited to watch all new Adventure Time, and even when the show finishes, don't forget there's still plenty of comics and graphic novels to read. My favourite's the one with Princess Bubblegum and Marceline, and they have their own band. They're both so cool. I could talk about Adventure Time forever, but talking about it so much is making me want to watch it. I think I'll go now to rewatch my favourite episode of all time, Reign of Gunther's. I love Gunther.
Secret Life of Pets! Hey cartoon fans, Happy New Year! Yep, 2016 is over, and we talked about so many nice things in Draw the Facts last year. Together, we learned the coolest facts and secrets about Frozen, SpongeBob, Trolls, Finding Dory, My Little Pony, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, and Moana. But there just wasn't enough time to talk about everything we love, and you guys left so many lovely comments asking for more cool videos. So, I'm back with your favourite videos, Draw the Facts. And guess what? In today's video, I'll be talking about one of the best animated comedies of the year. Well, last year. Boys and girls, dogs and cats, find your comfy place because today we'll reveal everything you need to know about The Secret Life of Pets. The Secret Life of Pets is the 6th animated movie from Illumination Entertainment, and it was released in July 2016. The name Illumination Entertainment may sound a bit unfamiliar to you, and that's because they're relatively new. Their first movie was released only 6 years ago, and it's already a family favourite. Can you guess which movie it is? You won't believe it. It is Despicable Me! Back in 2010, Despicable Me was the first time fans got to meet the beloved Minions. Then, Illumination Entertainment released Hop in 2011, The Lorax in 2012, Despicable Me 2 in 2013, Minions, my favourite, in 2015, and of course, The Secret Life of Pets in 2016. But that's not all. Illumination Entertainment is also the company behind Sing, the last animated movie of 2016 and one of the most anticipated. So next time you hear about Illumination, you can expect something very exciting. And I can already reveal what we have to look forward to in 2017. Are you ready? It's Despicable Me 3! Yup! The sequel will be released next summer, starring Balthazar Brat, a brand new supervillain. Balthazar is a child star from the 1980s who hatches a scheme for world domination in Despicable Me 3. The trailer's already out, so you can have a sneak peek of it yourself. And you can find the link of it in this video description. But today's Draw the Facts is about our best friends, our lovely pets. So get ready to learn everything about this super funny story and its lovable animals, Max, Duke, Gidget, and of course, Snowball. The Secret Life of Pets tells the story of Max, a quiet and spoiled terrier who has his life turned upside down when his owner adopts Duke, another dog. And Max does not like Duke. But the best bit of the film, it shows what all the pets do when their humans aren't at home. I've always wondered what pets get up to. Well, who hasn't? Christopher Melandandri, one of the film's producers and the founder of Illumination Entertainment, admitted that the idea for the story came from every pet he's ever had since he was a little kid. As an adult, Melandandri became intrigued by his pet's joy whenever he came home from work. This made him wonder, what do they do when I'm not home? Melandandri quickly realised that every pet owner asks the exact same question. So, definitely a good idea for a movie then. With the movie script underway, the crew had to jump inside the pet's world. They spent hours and hours sharing real stories and experiences of their pets. In fact, every pet featured in the movie was based on a real one. One of the writers, Brian Lynch, included a lot of personal experiences of his pets in the movie. Lynch adopted a dog as soon as he moved in with his wife, A couple of years later, the couple decided to get a new dog, and according to Lynch, the first dog felt very jealous. This probably reminds you of Max when he first sees Duke, right? Just like Max and Duke, it took a long time for Lynch's dogs to get along together, but in the end they finally did. Another similarity between reality and fiction is that Lynch's new dog was adopted from a shelter and was a bit anxious and defensive, but with a lot of love and care, Lynch's dog became a big softie. The gradual transformation of Lynch's dog from hostile pet to a soppy one helped Lynch to create Snowball's personality. Originally, Snowball was a party bunny for shows and birthdays, but after being abandoned by his owner, he started to hate people and pets with homes. Then he became the leader of the Flushed Pets, an army of abandoned pets who want revenge on humans and domestic pets in New York. But by the end of the movie, Snowball is adopted by a sweet girl called Molly, whose love quickly softens Snowball into a sweet, cuddly bunny. But what else do we know about the beloved characters of The Secret Life of Pets? What breeds are they? And what happens to them? Well, let's start with our main character, Max. Max is a Jack Russell Terrier. His full name is actually Maximilian, but in the movie, Snowball gives him the nickname TD, which stands for Tiny Dog. In the end, even Duke is calling him TD. Max was found in a box in the streets of Manhattan by his owner Katie when he was just a puppy. No wonder Max loves Katie so much. She adopted him and brought him to her flat in New York. Katie was also the one who gave Max his blue collar with his name tag on it. Max loves his ball, sausages, and Gidget. But shh, he doesn't realise that until the very end. And what about Max's dislikes? Well, he sure hates sharing his bed with Duke. Max's look was inspired by one of the producer's terriers. In an interview, Christopher Meledandri mentions that without even realising it, he started basing Max's design on his own dog. Well, I guess if I was making a movie about dogs, I'd definitely include my own dog too. Lots of people have also compared Max to Woody from Toy Story. They're both the heroes of their movies, with big, bold friends, Duke and Buzz, and they both let their jealousy get the better of them. They both get lost, they both get their friends in trouble, and in the end, they all find their way home as BFFs. And we all love both of them, of course. Duke, on the other hand, is a large brown mutt. I love mutt dogs. When Duke was younger, he had an owner named Fred, but one day, Duke ran off chasing a butterfly and couldn't find his way home. Sadly, Animal Control found him and took him to the pound. But luckily, one day, Katie adopts him from the pound and introduces him to Max as his new brother. What Katie doesn't know is that Max really doesn't want to live with a strange new dog. At first, they seem to have very little in common, apart from sharing the same love of sausages, of course. And it's only after invading a sausage factory and having a big feast together that Max and Duke's friendship blossoms. Many fans think that Duke's first owner Fred died soon after Duke went missing. During one of the flashbacks that shows Duke as a puppy with Fred, he has a collar with an ID tag. So really, Animal Control would have been able to track down Duke's owner and reunite him with Duke. But maybe they discovered the owner had passed away, so they had no other option than to take Duke to the pound. Oh, that's so sad. But I'm really glad Duke finds a new family with Katie and Max. Then there's Gidget, a white Pomeranian with large blue eyes, small pink ears, and stubby little feet. Gidget lives with her owners in a New York apartment that she rarely leaves. Gidget has a crush on her dog neighbour Max, who she watches from her apartment window. Well, needless to say that in the end her crush becomes her boyfriend. Gidget is voiced by Jenny Slate, who also voiced Assistant Mayor Bellwether in the 2016 Disney film Zootopia. Another great movie about animals. But if you're still wondering about some of the other pets, let me think. Mel is a pug, Buddy's a dachshund, Chloe's a tabby cat, Sweet Pea is a budgie, Norman's a guinea pig, Pop's a basset hound, Tiberius is a red-tailed hawk, and Ozone is a hairless sphinx cat. Yep. Many lovely animals. Hey, do you have a favourite? Let us know in the comments. I pretty much love them all. But How carefully did you watch The Secret Life of Pets? This movie is full of hidden messages and Easter eggs. Animators just love to reference other films in their new releases, and The Secret Life of Pets is no exception. All through the movie there are nods to older Illumination Entertainment animations. Hey, did you spot any of them? The first one is the Minions postcard on the fridge at Max's house. And Minions can also be seen towards the end, when Norman the lost guinea pig finally finds his owner. The boy has 2 Minion toys on his bedside table. And in the very last scene, Mel appears in a Minion costume next to Buddy dressed up as a teddy bear. See, everyone loves Minions. But it's not just older Illumination movies. When Snowball and Max are driving a bus, another very cool Easter egg is revealed. The bus has a poster of the latest Illumination animation, Sing! The movie wasn't even released then, so it was like looking into the future. Oh, speaking of the future, and speaking of Sing, would you like to see a Draw the Facts about Sing in the future? Let me know in the comments below. So, is this everything from The Secret Life of Pets? Well, not really. The movie already has a sequel in the works. Yep, you heard that right. The new story is being developed and the release date is scheduled for July 13, 2018. The question is, are we going to be able to wait that long for our favourite pets to return? I can't. Not me. I'm too excited. Minions! Hello cartoon fans, welcome to another Draw the Facts. Today's video is about everyone's favourite little yellow things. Nope, I'm not talking about bananas, I'm talking about minions. But I love bananas too. Yeah, me want banana. I'm not kidding around when I say that these small, round and unpredictable creatures are everywhere. There are infinite minion toys, clothes, costumes, stationery, books, mobile games, and so much more. Even a few rides at Universal Studios Florida and Hollywood. Ooh, I love rides. Minion Mania is also all over the internet, with Minions quotes and memes popping up all over the place. These characters are so famous now that it's hard to remember their humble roots. But I remember. We first saw the Minions in July 2010 when Universal Pictures and Illumination Entertainment released Despicable Me, an adorable movie which tells the story of Gru, a supervillain who is perhaps, not as great at his job as he should be. In the movie, Gru decides to steal the moon with the help of Dr. Nefario and of course his many assistants, the Minions. And wow, the Minions sure stole the show. And when Illumination released the sequel, Despicable Me 2, in June 2015, the Minions were much more than Gru's team of assistants. They became an important part of the story after being abducted by Macho and mutated into purple, hairy, evil minions. All this thanks to the PX41 serum, a mutagen that can transform living things into unstoppable killing creatures. Oh no! But it was only in June 2015 that we got a real chance to discover the Minions' history. And underwear, do they have history? The Minions story in this world is so long that there was only one way to tell it, with their very own film, called Minions. The opening sequence of the Minions movie is a real history class, one of the funniest we've ever had. We learn that the Minions have existed since the beginning of time. And like other animals, they evolved from a single-cell organism into a being. But Minions exist for a single purpose, to serve the most despicable master. But can they do it? Serving the most despicable master may sound like an easy task. After all, finding villains on Earth is never a difficult thing to do. But for the Minions, the challenge was to keep them alive. Sadly, their clumsiness helped to accidentally kill many of the great masters they have served throughout history. Masters including T-Rex, Neanderthal Man, Count Dracula, and even Napoleon Bonaparte. After the disastrous end to their service with Napoleon, the Minions isolate themselves in a massive cave in the Arctic. At first they enjoy a happy life,
But over time, with no master to serve, the minions became depressed and demotivated. Until finally, one day, Kevin, a fearless minion, decides to set out and find a new master, joined by Stuart and Bob. In 1968, after crossing many lands, the trio finally arrive in New York, New York, where they discover the VillainCon convention for villains in Orlando. They join forces with Scarlet Overkill as her servants to help her with her plans to steal the crown from the Queen of England. But once again, the minions fail to please their leader and their time with Scarlet Overkill comes to an end. But this time it's for good, because Gru, who's only 8 years old, appears and steals the crown, taking off in a rocket-powered motorbike. The minions instantly fall in love with Gru, and finally, they have a leader they can stick with for a very long time. If we go from the start of Despicable Me, the minions and Gru have been together for 43 years. Wow! Minions can be described as a rowdy bunch of simple-minded homunculi. They look nearly identical in size and shape, but they have unique features to tell them all apart. Though there are several hundred minions, there are only about 48 possible combinations of height and build and haircut. They can be short and chubby, medium or tall and thin, and their hair can be tall buzz cut, short buzz cut, sprout, combed, spread out, or even bald. They can also have either 1 or 2 eyes. One-eyed minions are almost always all small, while tall minions all have sprout-cut hair. They all wear metal goggles and blue overalls with Gru's emblem on the front and small black gloves. As you've probably noticed, they also all have 3 fingers. And did you know minions can also glow? Yep, you just crack and shake them like Gru does, just like glow sticks. In the same movie, we also see that minions can survive without air, as one is seen in outer space, without any oxygen at all. The minions speak Minionese, which borrows words and grammar from many different languages, such as Indian, Chinese, Spanish, Italian, Indonesian, and Japanese. Now, here's one of my favourite facts. Did you guys know that Pierre Coffin, one of the movie directors, is also the one who voiced all the minions? How cool is that? All of them! But, as we now know, the minions cannot survive by themselves. So, time to check a little bit about the ones who keep them happy. Felonious Gru is the protagonist of Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, and Despicable Me 3, and a minor character in Minions. As a child, Gru has always dreamed of going to the moon. Once, he made a prototype rocket out of macaroni and an actual working rocket. So, clearly a bit of a genius. But sadly, his mum's neglect and sad experiences at school made Gru opt for a villainous career instead. In Despicable Me, Gru is a 52-year-old cold-hearted man who's determined to become the greatest villain in the world. He's been working hard for years with his friends Dr. Nefario and the minions to steal the moon. Gru's signature weapon is the freeze ray that he uses to freeze people, well, just for the sake of it. But his life and purpose is turned upside down by the love of Margot, Edith, and Agnes, the 3 girls he adopts as part of his villainous plans. After stealing and later returning the moon, Gru becomes a stay-at-home dad and turns his evil lab into a jelly factory. But when the Anti-Villain League needs help to stop the thief who stole the PX-41 mutagen in Despicable Me 2, Gru is brought out of retirement. In a mission with AVL agent Lucy Wilde, they defeat the villain El Macho, but more importantly, they fall in love and get married, giving the 3 adopted girls the mum they've always dreamed of. But what do we know about the 3 lovely sisters? Well, Margot is the oldest of the 3 girls that Gru adopts, but before she was adopted, she was an orphan and horribly treated by Miss Hattie. Oh, poor Margot. She, like her younger sisters, wished to be adopted by someone who would love them. Margot tends to be insensitive and straight to the point and is very distrustful of people. She takes a long time to warm up to Gru and doesn't really trust his minions to begin with. I don't blame her. I love the minions, but they do seem to mess things up. But overall, Margot's optimistic and always reminding her sisters that eventually they will have a happy family. Edith Gru is the adopted middle child of Gru. Unfortunately, not much is known about her and her sister's past life apart from their time in the orphanage run by the mean Miss Hattie. And during the first movie, she's very reserved and quiet. But in Despicable Me 2, she appears athletic and agile. She's even skilled with weapons and fighting techniques, including the katana and nunchucker. Wow, well done, Edith, that's so cool. Agnes is the youngest sister, and as we all know, she adores unicorns. At first, Agnes is the only one out of the 3 sisters to be excited to be adopted by Gru. Agnes is so sweet that she even finds Gru's horrible dog cute, and that's why Margot is probably so overprotective with her. She also has a huge love for candy and fluffy things, and before meeting Gru, had wished that her new parents would have a gummy bear house. Agnes is so cute that she even became her own meme. It's so fluffy I'm gonna die! And does this count as annoying? Oh, I can't help it, I just love Agnes! Well, there's still so much I'd like to know about the girls, and Gru, and Lucy Wilde, and the Minions, and I bet you guys would as well, but don't you worry because there's still one more very important fact. Despicable Me 3! Yay! It's on its way and it will be released in cinemas next June. The official trailer is already out, and we can see Gru and Lucy working together in the Anti-Villain League. But this time, the lovely couple will have to fight the villain Balthazar Brat, a former child star who grew up to become obsessed with the character he played in the 80s, and who's determined to conquer the entire world. But that's not all. Despicable Me 3 will also star Drew, Gru's long-lost twin brother. I heard that Gru and Drew's relationship isn't very friendly, and some real sibling rivalry will surely arise. Well, maybe Margot, Edith and Agnes can help the twins to make up. Who knows? And the Minions are also back too, of course. The question is, are Kevin, Stuart and Bob going to be among them? Or will we meet new personalities in the group? What do you guys think? Let me know your opinions and guesses for Despicable Me 3 in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Bye! Princesses and Superheroes Christmas Tale. An old legend says that every Christmas all our favourite characters gather together to celebrate. It sounds impossible, I know, but Christmas, my friends, is a time of miracles, and I'm here to tell you that the stories are true. How do you know that, Pip the Puppet? You must be wondering. Well, you might not believe it, but once long ago, I was invited too. And now here I am to tell you the best, the funniest, and the craziest Christmas tale of all time.
Batcave, December 24th.
Finally! My Christmas invitation for the Unmissable Christmas of Famous Characters has arrived! It's already time! Na 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 na. I can't wait to see where it's gonna be this year! Hooray! Get the Batmobile ready, Robin! The letter says that the Unmissable Christmas of Famous Characters will be held in... drumroll, please. Arendelle! And it has some kind of cute snowflake signature at the bottom. Oh, Queen Elsa, I can't wait to see you again. What? Hold on, it says here that I'll be the doorman? Dear Batman, due to another one of Olaf's incidents, we will be unable to afford security for the Kingdom of Arendelle during our Christmas banquet. Therefore, I kindly request your assistance by being our doorman. You've been such a faithful guardian to Gotham City, and I'm sure you won't fail us this Christmas. Please wrap up warm, it's freezing here. And tell Robin he's welcome to join us at the table? Warm wishes, Queen Elsa of Arendelle? What? That's ridiculous. After 25 years of attending the Unmissable Christmas of Famous Characters, I've never had such an absurd invitation. What happened to Mad Hatter anyway? He always did a great job as the doorman. Well, except last year when he didn't let Mickey Mouse get in because he forgot his ID. What on earth? I can't believe this. Alfred! Get me my crying suit!
Meanwhile...
Oh boy, I'm so excited that I was chosen by Queen Elsa to conduct the Christmas choir. And this time, I have everything under control. Donald and Daisy are out of town, so there'll be no crazy flute around, haha! Princess Ariel is the big star, and we managed to get all the mermaids from Atlantis to sing along. Nothing can stop us from performing the greatest Christmas carol ever. Oh, by the way, do we have a map? Where even is Arendelle? Norway? Haha! Aladdin and Princess Jasmine should be arriving soon to give me a ride on their magic carpet. It's so kind of them. Every year they give me a ride to the unmissable Christmas of famous characters. And why drive when I can fly? I shouldn't bring too much stuff with me though, otherwise there won't be room. Let's see. A present for Princess Anna, a treat for Olaf, a surprise for Kristoff. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yes, some special snacks for Sven, and a very big present for Queen Elsa. What else? Cheese? More cheese? Oh, and some extra cheese just in case. Oh, well I think that's it. Oh boy, there he is!
Mickey, hey buddy, your carriage awaits.
Hooray! It's time to go!
Did you get your ID?
Haha, it's right here. No one's keeping me out of the unmissable Christmas of famous characters this time. I bet if I was a famous princess, I would have gotten in anyway. Can't believe the way people treat mice sometimes.
And in France.
Come on, everyone. The carriage is waiting, and if we don't leave now, we'll never get to Arendelle in time. I'm only bringing enough books to keep me busy on the journey. I'm afraid there won't be much time for reading when we get there. There's so many people to see. Cinderella, Jasmine, Tiana, Pocahontas, Snow White, Rapunzel, Ariel, Mulan, Merida, Aurora, Elsa, Anna, and Moana. I wonder how Aurora's doing with her narcolepsy. Last year she fell asleep with her face in the turkey. Of course, Remy the rat got very worried thinking that she disliked the food. Poor creature. He spent so much time in the kitchen. Oh, and I'm so excited to see some new faces. I was told that this year, for the first time, Princess Poppy was invited to the unmissable Christmas of famous characters. Maybe we could sing something together. Oh, well, I suppose this year the singing is up to Mickey Mouse and the mermaids. Maybe we could scrapbook together instead. Lumiere, Cogsworth, Chip! I hope you finished packing because we have to leave right now. Arendelle is very, very far away and we mustn't be late. Do you remember Dory last year? The poor thing arrived on the 26th. Oh, Dory. Is someone giving her a ride this year?
Don't worry, Belle. SpongeBob and Patrick have agreed to bring Dory to the celebration. She is in great hands.
Oh dear, is she?
Somewhere under the sea.
Hey, buddy. Can't be long now until we reach the Marine Life Institute. It's been 3 days since we left Bikini Bottom. But so far, not a sign of the California coast. Ah! Look, Patrick, a bubble. Shall we follow it?
Ah, bubbles. Follow it, SpongeBob. Ha ha ha, bubbles.
Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles.
Hey, SpongeBob. Did you say Marine Life Institute? I thought we were going to Australia, to the Great Barrier Reef. Isn't that where Dory lives?
What? That's on the other side of the globe, Patrick. We talked about this, remember? Dory doesn't live in Australia. She moved in with her parents, Charlie and Jenny. They sent us a postcard and everything.
I love postcards.
I guess we're in real trouble now, Patrick. Dory can't miss the unmissable Christmas of famous characters twice. We have to find her.
SpongeBob? What's that cue for? I can see Batman, Robin, Mickey, Aladdin, Jasmine, the Little Mermaid, lots of other mermaids, Belle, Princess Poppy, and so many other princesses. SpongeBob, look! It's Dory!
Barnacles, Patrick! It's Arendelle! And that queue is the entrance to the palace! We did it! But how did Dory get here by herself?
Maybe she forgot that we were supposed to give her a ride.
Perfect timing! They're about to open the gates! And now to finally check that all 200,741 Krabby Patties I cooked for the banquet are in perfect condition. Patrick? Where are the Krabby Patties?
I thought they were snacks for our trip, SpongeBob. We traveled for so long.
What?
Look Luckily, Remy the French rat saved the day and cooked us an unforgettable meal, and everyone arrived safely and in time. Aurora even managed to stay awake with all the excitement. It was a magic party with lots of music, singing, dancing, and fun. Queen Elsa was a brilliant host and everyone was happy. Well, apart from Batman. Now, I want to know from you, my friends, which famous character you would like to have at your Christmas party and why. A legend says that if you write your wish in the comments below, you triple the chances of making it come true. So what are you waiting for? Leave your comments and subscribe to my channel now. Subscribe to my channel and discover many more amazing videos. And don't forget to click on the box next to me to keep on watching. See you next time. Bye!